If you came here to tell me, well, actually, in the Middle Ages, they believed the Earth was round. It's a misconception they believed that it was flat. And I have to tell you, you're absolutely right. The end of the video. There we go. Oh wait, there is more time. What does that mean? There is more time. I have something to tell about that. But if you came here being a flat earther, a flat glober, a flat pancake enjoyer, I have to tell you, I believe in the round planet, planet-shaped roundness, balliness. And if you don't agree with me, feel free to dislike and share it to all your flat earth friends and tell, look at this dude, this absolute global rounder, with this round face. Tell your friends and share it as much as possible. For everybody else, if you like it, you feel free to like and subscribe also. For beyond this point, I just wanted to say, what is this video then? Why is it taking longer? Well, it bothers me that when I watch a YouTube video or when I read like a list of the 10 misconceptions we have about the Middle Ages, one of them is that people absolutely did not believe the Earth was flat in the Middle Ages. However, the Middle Ages is a long time. It's, if we use the broad definition of 500 till 1500 AD, there is a lot of time in between those two dates, and absolutely nobody believed it. And some people say, well, the commoners might believe it, and people who like studied and knew about the sciences and the medieval sciences, they would know the Earth was round. But everybody for 1,000 years long believed that? That cannot be right. It could be dangerous that if we say absolutely nobody in the Middle Ages believed the Earth was round, then the flat earthers look at it, they Google it, and they find contradictory proof. So I did it. I went online and I just looked it up, and there we go. There is actually a dude that believed the Earth was flat in the Middle Ages. I have to say though, looking, there weren't many people from the Middle Ages that believed the Earth was flat. Most people believed the Earth was round. And this dude is nearly in the Middle Ages. He's from the 6th century. And it's called Cosmo in the Latin. Why does Latin always betray me? Latin.
Cosmas Indicopleustes.
Cosmas in the. This isn't helping me. So Cosmas in the believed the Earth was flat, and so based on that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And my first idea of a video was I will read his book, because he wrote like multiple books about it, and online you can find like a PDF where everything is summarized. Let me just look it up right now, and then people can do this at home if they like to do this themselves. So we just do Christian Topography PDF, click here, and here we have his book. He has multiple books into one. So I said book, and this is one book, and there are a bunch of them, and he wrote down why he believes the Earth is round. I read it. I read like the first book. I read the other 2 books after it, and the first book was a bit hard to read. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to pretend that I was in the mindset of this medieval flat earther, and then I wanted to get a friend of mine, a scientist, to where I would try to prove to him with medieval mindset in a debate, and he the modern point of view, and see as a discussion. There you go. I have friends that are scientists. I am part of the secret cabal. I'm brainwashing you flat earthers. I'm part of the globalists, globes people. I read his book, the first one, a couple of times. I didn't get it so much. I tried to read the second one, didn't get it so much. The third one, still not getting it. Then I wanted to read the first one again. But now I knew what he was yapping about in the first book. And in the first book, he is not criticizing our model of the round Earth, because this is the Middle Ages and they believed different things back then. And he was actually criticizing the point of view from Aristotle. So you can hear an Aristotle book. And this is also a bunch of books into one book. That's why it's so thick. I did read this all. I just went to the book that has it, that is On the Heavens, book 2, that has the information about the Earth being a round, shapy thingy. And if you go to book 2, somewhere at the beginning, he starts talking about the round world, but also disproving ancient Greek flat earthers. So even the medieval people, there were flat earthers. And in ancient Greek times, there were flat earthers. So most people believed the earth was round, but not everybody. Even if you read, actually, one of the reasons, right? This is one of the reasons, one of the books talking about the earth being round. It already mentions flat earthers. So that's a bit of a danger, trying to say nobody is a flat earther back then. There always have been. Trying to paraphrase it, so trying to summarize it, showing that I understand it. Aristotle talks about the different elements like earth, water, fire, air, and all those great elements. They have different weights. By the way, I don't believe this to be true, but that's why they believed the earth was round. And beyond this book, also there was later like a Greek guy that discovered the circumference of the Earth, but by then they already knew the Earth was round because they looked at the shadows on the moon, and they were like, "Hey, the planet is round." So even before the Greek times, probably they knew the Earth was round. Around the planet, they knew the Earth was round in different societies. This is, but the reasoning behind it is because of these elements. And earth, they say it's a heavier element. Then they had water, lighter than earth, but heavier than air, and air being lighter, and then fire being even lighter. And the idea is that the heavier elements go down and they layer on top each other. And because of that, because they are moving downwards, they are moving towards the center of the universe, of the world. And on the bottom of the universe, they form a shape. And this shape, the most stable shape, if you crunch things together from all sides towards the middle, is a round ball. So that's why the Earth is round, and that's also why they don't fall off, because that's the middle of the universe. Of course, we know now that's not entirely why the Earth is round, and we have gravity and all those other great things we discovered. Based on this view, that's what Cosmas tries to disprove. He is just going into his reasoning. Is like, how can it be the middle? Because the Earth rotates on its own axis, and that's interesting, right? Because thinking about how the universe would work from medieval's point, the Earth being in the middle, the Earth would not be rotating. The universe would be rotating around the Earth, right? Like, not heliocentric, Terra or Gaia-centric. I don't know how to call Earth-centric point of view of the universe. A terrestrial-centric point of view. So he tries to disprove this with the axis, right? Like, say, if the Earth rotates and it cannot be the middle of the whole thing, but already it's a bit difficult for me to also understand what he's on about. And what I understand about Cosmas, his point of view, is that he believed he just didn't like point of views or other observations done by other people of a different religion. He was like, okay, they don't believe the same way we believe, so that's why they have to be wrong. And probably because nobody else in the Middle Ages was believing what this dude was doing, they're like, even if people don't believe the same religion, they still have eyes and they observe the universe. And because they observe the universe, their conclusions about observations could be right too. The Cosmos wasn't like that. He was like, throw it all away. We cannot work at all on anything anybody else says that it doesn't believe the same stuff. We believe we have to make up something completely different, radically different. The second book, he goes deeper into that. Like, he tries. So that's maybe why, if I cannot follow the first threads, right? This Aristotle one was the easier one of everything to understand. But then also people in the Middle Ages understood Aristotle's reasoning, kind of, and that's what was perpetuated. And this one wasn't really perpetuated so much. It survived until our days. I guess I can summarize this, because next to giving a little bit of information here, what do we actually learn in this video, right? Because we learn about that there were flat earthers in the past. Even then, they weren't the majority, but they existed. So just that information. And we also could learn maybe the bigger picture thing we learn here. The moral of the story is that the way science maybe kind of works is that, all right, in the past, they were able to observe the Earth was round. They could see things, they could observe it, and they were like, all right, we know the shape of the world. It's a round, ball, globy thingy. The reasoning behind it is wrong. Later, when, let's say, Copernicus came with his heliocentric model, like the sun is in the middle and not the Earth, it didn't disprove the shape of the Earth. It just shined light on different things we didn't understand yet. So the reasoning changed why the Earth was round by then. And later, when Newton was like, "Oh, I have the mathematical, I can mathematically prove or predict how the planets will move," it didn't throw out Copernicus or the shape of the Earth that people believed in the past. Newton didn't disprove that. He just shined light on a part of our understanding. Like they were honing in. They were honing into the target. And when Einstein came, Einstein didn't destroy Newton. Einstein just expanded our knowledge. And the only thing we could say that maybe has been disproven over time and that has been destroyed is the way we build the model, the way we say why our understanding, why the fundamentals of the universe work. And maybe over time, we still don't know everything. Like, we haven't been able to discover everything in this universe. It's pretty wild and big, and many rules, and the small ones are also complicated. And over time, it will not destroy the shape of the world or of the universe, unless apparently the whole universe is a projection of a black hole. It's a 2D projection of a black hole. Then I guess we are a flat pancake. They were right all along, the flat earthers. Unless something like that happens, the shape of the world is still gonna stay the shape of the world. Only our understanding is more gonna be why. I'm gonna say this video isn't the most academic essay video. It's more like you meet me in the bar and I start talking and ranting about medieval flat earthers and look up on my phone a little bit of information. That should be completely fine to talk about that, because, you know, it just shines a light a little bit on a bit of information. And if you have more information, or you say, oh, you know, this book you found is completely wrong because apparently this book is all falsified by some other random dudes, or Aristotle didn't exist, or didn't write this book, it was just the students that collected that information. That's cool trivia. If that's true, just throw it in the description, of course. It might be true, you know, who knows. But thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Bye bye.